Since my week of meals video ended up being really long this week, I broke it up into 2 parts, and this video that you're watching now is part 2. So if you have not seen part 1, go over and watch that first. I will put a link up in the cards. Then for the mac and cheese, I'm going to use my Duo Crisp because I wanted to make 2 pounds of the penne pasta, and it's an 8-quart pot, so I can cook 2 pounds in here no problem. I'm going to do it a little differently though. I'm going to make the cheese sauce first, and I'm going to make it, here pretty soon. So I will make the cheese sauce and then pull it out of the pot, and it'll just sit and be ready to throw into the noodles when I cook those closer to the time for dinner. I'm using my like the base recipe for my nacho cheese sauce because that turns out really well, but without all of the onion and tomato and spices that are like Mexican spices, because I just want it to be regular mac and cheese. So this is the tentative ingredient list that I'm going to try and see if it works out. I like using cream cheese in my cheese sauce, and let's see, half and half, and then it's thickened with arrowroot starch, which is really good. I'm going to use the Creole Seasoning. That's this over here. It gives really good flavor to things. It is spicy if you use a lot of it, but if you don't use too much, it just gives really great flavor. So I'm going to use that mostly for flavoring, and then salt and pepper. I was out of broth, so I'm going to make a tiny batch here real quick with some bones that I had saved in the freezer. Just a carcass of a chicken that threw in a bag, and it's coming in handy now. I'm just making a small batch, like 4 cups. And I'm not going to cook it for like 2 hours or whatever that I usually cook chicken broth. I'll probably do like 25 to 30 minutes. And that'll be plenty just to give me some good flavor in the cheese sauce. Broth is done. I'm going to quick release the pressure and then strain out the bones, and then I'm going to throw together my cheese sauce real fast. That alarm always catches me off guard. Telling me that I took the pot out when it was still in keep warm mode. I'm coming. As if I need another thing nagging me in the kitchen. So I'm just going to add 3 cups of this broth back to the pot. And let's see, I'll put it on saute to get it heated up. Oh, I also always forget to hit start when I'm using a pressure cook setting or any kind of setting on here. You have to hit saute. On the other pots, it just starts automatically. On this one, you have to actually hit start to make it go. Broth is coming up to a simmer. I already added a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of the Creole Seasoning.
30 minutes of snack time.
Snack time. And then I'm going to do half a teaspoon of black pepper. Here comes the herd of children for snack time. You're gonna have a chicken strip? Oh, okay, sounds good. I'm gonna throw in the 8 ounces of cream cheese and the other cheese to start melting. I hear Levi just woke up from his nap. A little stinker, didn't sleep as long as I wanted him to. All right, while this melts, I am going to get the half and half and the arrowroot starch mixed up. Alright, I'm going to let this come up to a simmer and see if it gets thick enough. I can add more cheese and more arrowroot if I need to. Oh yeah, that's thickening really good. I'm not going to add anything else, I don't think. I just want to whisk it. I don't want it to boil heavily, and I don't want it to scorch on the bottom, so I'm just going to keep stirring it, and I think it's probably about done. I just need to taste it, see if it needs any other seasoning. Autumn, you want to taste this cheese sauce? See if I taste it.
Sure.
Let me see how full my bowl is. I know.
It's like a tiny bit.
It's alive. It's alive.
Oh my goodness, it's so jiggly.
It's very hot. Very hot.
Not that hot.
Fine. Ooh, it's really good.
Tastes like mac and cheese without the mac.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it tastes like.
Doesn't need. Do you think it needs anything?
Maybe a tiny bit more salt, but I think other than that, it tastes really good.
Okay. Well, there's going to be salt in the pasta, so I think I'll wait. I think it'll probably be good, and we can add a little more salt if we need to at the very end. But yeah, that recipe's a winner.
I would add more, but I already licked my spoon.
Yeah, don't stick your spoon back in there. And you can have more mac and cheese when it's ready.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm just going to take a nap until it's done.
The chicken is cooking. I think it's going to be no problem cooking at all in the air fryer. I can fit 5 big chicken thighs in at a time, so maybe 3 or 4, probably 4 batches, which is no problem when it's only 12 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get the pasta going, and I am going to cook the pasta without the sauce. I'm going to add the sauce after the pasta's cooked. Sometimes people are surprised to hear that you can cook plain pasta in the Instant Pot. Super easy. I have a little over 2 pounds here, and I do 3 cups of water per pound, so I'll be using 6 cups of water, about a teaspoon of salt, throw the pasta in, and then half the amount of cook time that it lists on the bag. This is 11 minutes, so I'd probably do 5 minutes, except that I'm going to be using the crisp lid at the end to melt some cheese on top, and so that's going to keep it cooking, and I don't want to overcook the pasta. So I think I'm actually just going to put it at a 3-minute cook time, and that should be plenty. So I'll cook all the pasta. I won't even have to drain it, and then I will mix in the sauce and then sprinkle the cheese and crisp it, and it'll be ready to go. Would you like to try some chicken? Yeah? Pasta's done. Gonna quick release the pressure. It's spraying a little bit, so I'm trying to meter it here. I think I should have added some oil or some butter with the pasta. I usually do. I just don't even know why I didn't think of it. But I'm just gonna try to do a little bit of steam at a time. I found that with the air fryer a little fuller with more of the chicken thighs, they weren't getting quite as crispy. So I bumped up the temp to 400 degrees, kept the time at 12 minutes, and they came out great. Now for my little bit of cheese, I'm going to sprinkle it on here and then crisp it up. It probably won't take more than, I don't know, 5 minutes at 400 degrees just to get the cheese a little bit bubbly. You just waiting, Poe? Just waiting for the other crumb to drop? Yeah, I know. Air fry for 5 minutes. We'll see how that goes. This is so tasty. You're gonna love it. Stay. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Alright, I think this is gonna be good. Look at that. Beautiful. It could get a little crispier, but I think I'm gonna call it good. It's got some nice crispy tips there. It'll be great. You guys ready for some mac and cheese?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Mac and cheese to put the chicken in.
Okay. That's a big serving for you kids.
Can I have another scoop?
Let's start with just 1 scoop, and then if you're still hungry after that, you can get another scoop.
It's only if there's more left.
Yeah, I think there will be. The broccoli's not quite ready yet, but you can have some of that in a minute. There we go. Grab your...
My favorite part of it is all of it.
Yeah.
My favorite part is mac and cheese.
I decided I'll just air fry this broccoli real fast. I'm not sure how long it'll take from frozen, but we'll just play with it till we figure it out. Let's do 12 minutes. Are you doing the dishes for Mom? Say yep. Today is Sunday and we are getting a little bit of a break from the rainy, cold weather. I mean, it's not like it's warm, but the sun is out and it's about 50 degrees. And so the kids are all outside playing, which is great. This is my view here from my sink window. Levi's out there playing. Renee's out there. She is. Renee's out there too. Having a great time tromping around outside, enjoying a little bit of dry weather. Don't mind my very dirty kitchen window. Let's see, the mac and cheese from last night, turned out really well. That recipe was really good. I don't eat gluten, so I didn't taste the finished product, but I did taste the sauce, and everybody else said that the mac and cheese was really great. The chicken was really good. I'm definitely going to be doing that again with chicken thighs. And it wasn't that bad cooking them in batches in the air fryer. It took 4 batches and they took about 12 minutes each. And if I was going to roast them in the oven, it would take like an hour to roast them. So it's not like it's not like it took longer. It's not like it would have saved time doing it in the oven. The only thing is I wouldn't have to have been there and like flipping them. Well, you do flip them in the oven, but not having to do the batches, like taking them out and putting more in. Anyways, so it wasn't that bad cooking a big amount of chicken thighs in the air fryer. Some people say that air fryers don't really make sense when you have a lot of people to cook for, which is true for a lot of things. But there are some ways that it does come in handy and you get, different results in your food. So anyways, that meal was a big hit and we do have some leftovers of that. So we are really stocked on leftovers right now. So I really don't need to make any food today. What's up, Charity?
Good.
Good is up?
Yes.
Okay. Did you like the mac and cheese last night?
Yes.
Yeah, and the chicken, did you like that too?
Yes.
Yeah? Good. So I really don't need to cook anything today. We have plenty of food to eat, but I have some potatoes and sweet potatoes that really need to be used up. The potatoes I got in my imperfect produce box this past week, and they're already starting to turn green, so I am going to get those peeled, and I'm thinking I'm just going to roast them. I might try doing them in my air fryer. Typically, if I do a big batch of roasted potatoes or sweet potatoes, I will do it in the oven because you can fit a lot more and not have to do batches. But just because I love playing with my air fryer, I might just throw them in there and see how it goes, and if it's taking too long, I can just throw the rest in the oven, no problem. But besides the potatoes, the rest of today and tomorrow is all going to be leftovers. Mondays are our busy day with our homeschool co-op, so I don't plan to cook anything that day, so it's really nice to have a lot of leftovers on Monday. Then Tuesday is my typical grocery shopping day. And that's when I, do meal planning before I go grocery shopping, then grocery shop. And then I don't usually, sometimes I'll cook a meal on Tuesday, depending on if we have leftovers to eat up or not. But then oftentimes I will just not start cooking dinners until Wednesday. And then I try to cook maybe every other day between Wednesday and Sunday. That's kind of how it works out, but every week is different. And next week will be no exception because it will be different because I don't think I'm going to go grocery shopping. I think I'm going to do a shop in my pantry, and I'm going to try to do a video on that, on going grocery shopping in my pantry and making a meal plan out of what I already have, because we do have a lot of stuff. I don't think we're going to need to make a big grocery haul, and I'd rather wait until the beginning of February because I don't have a lot left on my grocery budget. I have to go look, but I think I have about $50 left on my grocery budget for the month, and it's just not worth going to Costco and just trying to spend $50. I'd rather just wait until the first part of February and do a big Costco stock up. This is just some bacon fat I had left over from a breakfast, and this is a mixture of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. That's all I'm going to use to get these potatoes seasoned up. I'm doing the potatoes and the sweet potatoes separately just because sweet potatoes have more sugar in them and they can burn faster. So to get the best color on both, separate is good. You can do them together. It's not like it's impossible, but when I can, I like to do them separately. I think I'll do 400 and we'll do 12 minutes and see where we're at. Did you have fun playing outside?
Yes.
What were you doing out there?
I was making ingredients for something tomorrow.
Oh, and like a soup?
No.
With grass and dirt?
No.
What ingredients?
When I was on the ladder, I was picking sticks off the tree.
Oh.
And I put them under the slide and a flower with petals and a pot with dirt and flowers and petals in that.
That sounds so fun. It looked like you were having a great time out there playing in the sunshine.
Yeah.
That's so nice to have some sunshine. The girls are in there watching Jungle Book.
Oh.
Did you want to go get some lunch and watch the movie with them?
Yeah.
Okay. It's looking pretty good, but I'd like sometime to get a little browner. I'll get it shaken on up. Maybe Those are looking pretty nice. I think I'm gonna call that good. They look beautiful. One thing I'm noticing about this air fryer is there's not a separate basket that you can take out to dump food. So if I dump this, if there's any oil in the bottom, the oil's gonna come out too, which that's my only complaint so far about this air fryer. It does have the little tray at the bottom that is removable, but it doesn't have any sides, so I'm worried if I tried to remove that, it would dump all of the potatoes. But maybe I'll try it just for fun. Let's see if I can do this without burning myself. Ooh. It has little silicone thingies so it doesn't come out super easily. Ooh, I'm gonna make a mess, I know it. Poe's gonna be happy. Oh, there we go. A few in here. A few over here. Poe, you didn't get any. None made it to you. You poor Poe. You poor Poe. Ooh, those look great. Get this back in here. Alright, just doing the same things with this first batch of the sweet potatoes. A little bit of bacon grease, garlic, onion, salt, and pepper. And these ones I'm going to cook at a little lower temperature because, like I said, they can burn faster. So let's try air fry temp down to 375, and I'm going to put the time up to 15 minutes. See how that goes.
Is this video on?
Yeah.
Oh, is that all?
What are you going to do, Charity?
Ride the scooter on the driveway, but after you move the
Go for your
Honda.
scooter?
Yes.
Because there's actually some sunshine today.
Yes.
There are all the sweet potatoes. They got done. Poe? Poe? You just need something? You doing your poga? Alright, you can have a little. It's hot. Stay, Poe. You be a good boy. Get it. Good boy.